All
right, we're back, and welcome to the quiz here on UHL, I guess. All right, first question of the panel. What is the bigger surprise this season? Is it Riley Bell's struggles or Greg McMillan's success? We'll start on Doug's side and move forward.
Now, as I said earlier in the panel, it's got to be Greg McMillan's successes. I mean, just this guy, he came out of nowhere. I mean, what's up with that? Riley, he's just got to pick up his game, though. I mean, there's nothing he can do. He's playing well, but his teammates got to pick it up for him.
All right, I'm going to disagree with that. I think Greg Millen, he played really well last season as well. I don't take anything away from that. It was a great developmental season. So the fact that he's moved up so far up the standings this season isn't really a surprise to me. Riley's been playing well. He's really, the bounces have not been going his way. We'll see how it goes from here on out.
I'm going to have to go with Greg McMillan. I really did not expect him to be at the very top of the standings. I mean, he's only ahead by, I think it's a point, but for Riley right now, it's just those bounces aren't going his way. He's still playing hard. He's still getting those points. He's helping out his teammates that he gets assigned to, and things should turn around for him soon. But like I said, Greg is doing one hell of a job at the moment.
I can't really give any good comments, seeing as how I haven't really been.
Oh, we got new torts here, eh?
Because I haven't really been having enough first-hand experience with the league, as today was my first ever.
Be prepared for next week. Yeah. We'll get you next week.
All right, moving on. More useful cherry picker. Would you say it's Kevin Lee or Chris McKenzie so far? And we'll start this time with Ed.
It's a tough one. Kevin Lee's really been showing up on the scoreboard, but he really doesn't have the presence as Chris McKenzie. I mean, he's a bigger body, to be sure, and I mean, he's a little bit more forceful. However, Kevin Lee has been scoring quite a bit lately, so can't argue with performance.
They really both have their ups and downs. I mean, it depends on how you look at them. They can both put it in the net. Kevin probably more so, but you look at Kevin and he doesn't play any defense. He's got no physical presence at all. I mean, his hockey sense is kind of obscure, to be honest, compared to most players in this league. But he's still putting in the goals. That's just because he's being he's doing what he does best, is cherry picking. And from what I saw today from Chris McKenzie, I didn't like anything from what I saw. He's not a clutch guy. He's not putting in those goals when he's wide open. He's not doing it. I got to go with Kevin on this one.
Yeah, just to add that, I mean, if you want to go far and you're going to have Kevin Lee on your team or Chris McKenzie, it's really going to come down to really developing their defense. You got to make them play defense in order to be successful.
I like the honesty from Riley. You know, he just went on this rant about cherry pickers, and he really shows it.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth. You got to play it all around.
What do you think? I have to say, cherry picker's a cherry picker. Either way you look at it. So,
solid answer.
I'm not done.
Tortorella.
From what I've seen today, Kevin Lee was actually getting his open shots in.
Yeah,
enough said.
Bottom line. Yeah.
And Doug?
I have to agree with Mac there. Kevin Lee's producing, Chris McKenzie's not, and Kevin Lee.
You can't argue with Chris McKenzie getting 5 goals in the first game. And
I was not.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
As of late, it's not looking too good. It might have been that beginner's line.
It depends who they're playing with, too. You know, like if you get on a good line, then with the guy who's going to pass it to you, then yeah, you're going to score.
All right, the last couple of games we've had a couple big debuts. I mean, you had Arjun Bowery getting his first career UHL goal. Today, you had Shu Li Dong, you had Nak Kim. Previous games, you had Richard Zhang and Winsfield Ling. Who had the more impressive debut through those 5 players? Riley, we'll start with you.
From what I saw today, I'd have to, and the previous games, overall, I'd have to say, I'd say it's a tie, actually. I'd say Shuli and Nak had really, really solid games. I mean, Shuli, for his defensive play, I mean, he's a stay-at-home defenseman. He's in front of the net. He's taking away those loose balls. He's clearing it up to the open man. And then you got Nak on the other hand, who's all over the place. I mean, this guy can he could do anything. Like it was his first game. He had never even picked up a hockey stick in his previous lifetime, I don't think. And he comes out
Just once, gym class.
Just once in gym class apparently. And this guy, I mean, he was all over the place. He was an enforcer. He was throwing his body around. He was getting shots on net. He was making passes. I mean, this guy, he was impressive today. I'd have to say Knack a little bit more than Shuli, but I was impressed with both of them today.
Knack.
Well, being one of the rookies myself, I'd have to say I was a little disappointed to have such a lopsided game. What with the score being 11-5.
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't help but feeling a little bit that was my own fault, not pulling my weight enough. But I was also, like Riley said, impressed with Shuli, staying in the D.
Well, you also didn't get the first hand seeing Richard or Winsfield
Yeah,
or
that's true.
Arjun Bowery. Doug, what do you think?
After coming off his suspension in Game 1, Arjun really impressed me in Game 2. You know, he didn't show any effects of that suspension at all. I mean, he just came out gutting in Game 2, no matter what the consequences.
Arjun took his suspension
And
by
Ed?
Lee Power.
And Ed, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to have to go with Riley. I mean, Knack and Shuli really impressed me. Good defensive play, good all-around play. Like we were mentioning, they're basically the opposite of cherry pickers. They got both sides of their games going. Knack, I mean, you're doing well. Maybe you get the hair in your eyes, and then you'll play a little better. Get some goals, yeah. But you know what? You got a good potential. But, I mean, honorable mention definitely goes to Winsfield's first goal. That was pretty slick. Not going to lie.
All right. Last question here. Best moment of the league so far. Was it Andrew's hit on Winsfield, knocking his head right on the pole? Arjun throwing the stick at Andrew, getting it right in his feet in the free penalty shot? Was it Arjun shooting the face full of dust into Riley's face? Or has it been all of the goals all around? Knack?
Personally, I haven't experienced or seen any of those. But I will say...
Or a bonus one, Knack's hair flying in his face as he tries to see the ball.
You got to go with that one.
But I have to say, I have to ask you, did Arjun throw his stick out of, like, rage or something, or did he just throw it?
This guy just gave up on the play. He gave up on the play, and he made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
See, I would have to call that number one moment if he threw it out of rage. Just because seeing someone get angry, that angry,
Seeing Arjun
and
get
throwing their stick to attempt to stop the other player, it's pretty funny.
Doug?
I'm going to have to go with all the goals altogether. You know, high-scoring league, for whatever the reason. Did some impressive goals, some highlight reel goals, and just some grinding to the net and putting in rebounds.
Ed?
Well, I think the goals are definitely pretty nice for sure. Can't argue with the hit on Winsfield. Left a big dent in the in the grating there.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a pretty good highlight. I don't know if it's still there. But
There was a mark. We don't know if it was there before or after, but we'll leave it at that.
It's been a tough league. Lots of strength. I mean, good future. Good future.
All right, quick. We got 30 seconds. Riley?
I'd have to agree with that over here. I love the hit on Winsfield. I don't know if it was clean or not. I didn't get a full glimpse of it, but I heard the ping. I'll just say that much. I'll let you fill the rest.
And that is the quiz on the UHL.